Oh. So funny, out in the sticks everybody finds it amazing you have a camera on your helmet. Well, up in London it's just like, oh look, another prick motorbiker with a camera on his helmet so he can watch me on my mobile phone. Suck a dick. Good evening, everyone. What a beautiful evening. Look at it. Look at them. Look at the sun. Look at it all. What a rarity. Waited too long for summer. So Daisy's back. Life is good. You're probably thinking, what's he doing riding without a jacket? I am a hypocrite. I don't give a fuck. It's way too hot. It is hot, man. Like, I'm taking it nice and easy, just enjoying being out. Like, you know, I'm not out for a fast ride, not that I'd ever do that. And yeah, this is nice, man. You know, look at this guy, he's squidded up. So I wanted to talk talk shit about social media. Something probably a million people have covered, but it was just that I was talking to a colleague the other night, and yeah, we kind of just got on the subject of like how it's quite misleading, more on the side that people sort of flaunting, showing off what they've got, and I suppose counting myself in a little bit. Like, this all kind of started, I'm pretty sure there was a I follow like a lot of travel posts just because I quite like my photography, and I quite like seeing pictures of nice beaches and, you know, picturesque sunsets and the like. Let's go back up. And basically one of our apprentices, he just sort of said, oh man, I'd love to be doing that instead of this shit. And the thing I just had to point out to the kid was, mate, like, do you think they're living the life? Like, I mean, and you know, I'm talking about 80-90% of them. I said, do you think they're living the life at the minute? They're proper enjoying themselves. You know, I was like, they probably are enjoying themselves. I'll take that bit back. But there's a reality here that these guys have left school, or, you know, left uni, they've got the qualifications, they want to take a break out for a year, and what they're doing is, and I know a lot of people have done it, they go to a foreign country with, you know, a couple of grand, and they decide to do a fucking tour of the world or whatever. And what they'll do is, when they get there, they'll find a local business, work for pittance, just enough to obviously see them through, and then that way they can get to enjoy this other country, and being able to afford it, blah 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 blah. Now, the thing that obviously social media isn't showing you is that these guys are working like to afford like to be out there, you know. I mean, again, I'm saying the majority, you know, some guys are just fucking rich and fair play to them, man, they can go and do this shit, but stop me in my tracks. Who's up here, eh? Let's pinch a fucking car park space, why not? I'll carry on in a second. Just look at this view. If you haven't been up to this place, Newlands Corner, such a picturesque view in the summer. Oh. We got a drone. Awesome. I did the same with mine. I've got to buy a new textile one now. Oh, fuck it. Aren't they, man? Yeah. Right safe, yeah? Well, I didn't get distracted much. What a lovely bloke. Back to what I was saying about social media. I can't remember where I got to. I might have to cut a lot of this out. Yeah, these travel guys anyway that are out sort of, you know, like showing you all these lovely places they go to and stuff like that. And you know, like a lot of these guys might not have 2 pennies to rub together, and you know, they're going out and working for local businesses for like a week to then have a weekend, and they're kind of doing the same thing. They're just doing it somewhere else. And so many people do it, like after leaving school, leaving uni, etc, etc. And you know, Instagram and YouTube are just you know, just a magnet for look how amazing my life is. It doesn't matter what's going on behind the scenes and what you can't see. You know, just look how fantastic my life is. And I had an ex-girlfriend who was very, very much like that. Very much, you know, my life isn't fantastic unless everybody else thinks it is. And just, you know, obviously at the time I knew a lot fucking better, but it's, you know, it's the same for me. I mean, I'm not saying my life's shit and I'm really depressed or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you know, you see the Daytona, you see the things I do with it and do to it, go on it. Same with the speed. Like, you know, I went to Portugal on it. It cost me a fucking fortune, and the ferry got cancelled, and that's caused me no end of fucking grief. Like, it cost me a fortune to stay out there for another week. And you know, and it's like the speed. I put the speed up for sale, like half because I want to get back on Daisy. I really miss this bike, and I just had a really cool chat with that chap up at Newlands about just how you kind of always find yourself going back to like one of your bikes sort of thing. That and money. It's just money. Like, you know, it costs a lot to run 2 bikes, and to run them to a point where you're on them a lot of the time, you're on them most days, and you know, tired. Like Yammie Noob's fucking video, like if you don't know who Yammie Noob is, go and just Google his channel and just watch his videos. Like, I mean, all his videos are pretty good. He's got one of them cool American presenter voices, but he's got I'll put a link in the description, but he's got a video about you know, like the 9 types of riders you meet, and also, what's the other one I'm trying to actually think of and get to the point. One that's about like the things people don't tell you when you about biking or something like that. And aside from the other funny points in it, he touches on money, and as much as it's like a funny video, it's all very jokey, like he has got a fucking point, you know. Like, you think you got a really good deal on a bike, but then you don't realise that you've got to spend all your money on gear, on tyres, insurance, road tax. It's fucking expensive, mate. It's just as expensive as running a car, and all for a lot of people, all for it to be a toy. So it's kind of, and I've had a few people message me on Instagram and just kind of say like, oh, you know, I'd love to have your bike set up, you're so lucky. And I'm like, I ain't fucking lucky, mate. I work like a prick to afford these things. You know, there's a time when I was broke as fuck, man, like, and I couldn't afford jack shit. And all these fucking kids nowadays think they've got it so hard done by, but they're smoking around in a brand new car that they can barely afford to run, and they're like, oh man, it's so hard nowadays, like it's really, really tough, isn't it? And I'm like, don't live beyond your fucking means, mate. Oh, number plate in the road, bruv. So I might go and just kick that out of the road. Where the fuck was it? Oh, there. Yeah, so I suppose it's just a little bit of a message that you know, scratch beneath the surface, man. You'll probably find that everything ain't quite what it seems. You know, you see me with my bikes, you see me going on holiday, you know, no one knows how hard I've worked for that. Yeah, just have a think, people. It ain't all as green as it looks. And other than that, now you've enjoyed my rant, I'll leave you all to it. See you in the next one.